Well, I'm back in Seattle for I guess for me, the 11th time doing the benefit for Leukemia Lymphoma Society here, trying to raise money for research and helping out the families and victims of patients with leukemia. I keep thinking it's my last one, and I just figure, you know, as long as I can do this, if I can keep making it to the top, I'll keep trying. So we'll see. Yeah, I was diagnosed in an interesting way, I guess. It was, our fire department was very proactive with the health of the firefighters, which with that they were able to detect the cancer in me through a blood draw that routine blood draws they do every fall on all of our firefighters. Found out my white cell count was too high. I took it to my own doc, had some additional tests done, and ultimately found out I had chronic lymphocytic leukemia, and that was December 20th, 2013. Makes you grab the fine-tune knob on life, you know, look at what's important, and really think about what's important to you and your family, and where are you today, and what does tomorrow mean. So it was pretty certain for a long time. Most of us, particularly when you get, you know, a little long in tooth like me, and you start thinking about your future, you get pretty specific about what you're going to do, and suddenly that's not so certain. So really made my wife and I and my kids talk about what's really important. You know, I think the firefighters are coming up now, the new firefighters, and I don't mean just probationary, just new hire, but people have been in it a few years, have the good fortune of having a huge focus on cancer in the fire service now. It wasn't just but a few years ago, it wasn't taken very seriously. So I mean, I know that through Firefighter Cancer Support Network and Leukemia Lymphoma Society, there's a lot of emphasis on what's going on with cancer in the fire service. I'm hoping is that every single firefighter looks at this and understands that cancer, while it may be a part of the job, doesn't have to be so much. We're really discovering why it's happened, and there are a lot of ways to take care of that. And I'm hoping that departments, not just individuals, but these young people will be advocates for their department to be serious about what they do with cleaning PPE and how long they wear their air packs, and that they do change them out regularly, that they decon at the scene, et cetera, that that's not just, I mean, air packs were even, it wasn't, when I started in the fire service, there were people that still didn't like wearing air packs. So I'm thinking, seeing this evolution, and these young people have to really understand that it's absolutely unacceptable to get a cancer that you could have prevented. And that's what I hope the takeaway is for them and their departments. Through the fundraisers we've done through Leukemia Lymphoma, we'll be standing on our treadmill and doing, holding a boot or a bucket or something, and people will drop $20 into it, and we'll say, well, can I tell you about what we're doing? And they will literally say, well, we know it's whatever it is, you're doing good. So we start out in a place that already gets the public's attention, and we really, they know that when we're going to help people, that's what we do. Our job is to go help people. Whatever it is, they call 911, we're there to fix their worst day. They have a problem that they needed us, and that's the gift we have, is to go there and help them. So when we look at a cause that says these people have come to us and they want us to help them, to be able to get so many firefighters in one place to say, yeah, we want to help you because we believe in what you do, people listen. And a lot of people have been touched by blood cancers. So whether it's a family, a friend, it's hard to find somebody that doesn't know somebody that's had to deal with this in their lifetime. So I think the goodwill that firefighters can bring and it is an impact, and we try to spread, we're not just collecting funds, we're spreading the good word about the good work of Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and people understand that, and helps raise awareness for blood cancers. Well, I have to say, you have to kind of find some humor and irony in when you get diagnosed. And so, since I was diagnosed in December, the climb's in March, and so we're already into our planning stages and doing some fundraising, and we're trying to find an honoree at that time, and it's usually been a young child. So I went to our team captain. I asked him if there's an age limit on their honorees, because I said I now qualify. It wasn't so funny at the time, but it kind of was, and it made him laugh. But then he figured out why. So that was a little. So my name is Mark Taylor, and I was with the City of Bend, Oregon Fire Department for 27 years. And prior to that, I was with Gresham, Oregon Fire Department, and had a wonderful career that took me places, literally out of country. Did things and enjoyed things that I never thought I would. One of the collateral issues, unfortunately, turned out that I ended up getting diagnosed with cancer in 2013, and so most likely attributed to environmental exposure from early on in my career. And I've been doing the climb here in Seattle for Leukemia Lymphoma Society for 11 years. This is my 11th year. And so I did it before I even knew I had cancer, so it just gives me another reason to do it, I guess. But it's such a great event, and it's very motivating to be here and see all the other people that came here for a single purpose, and that's to honor the people that have cancer and to help raise awareness and raise some money for leukemia lymphoma.
My name's Tiffany Moyes. I'm 19 years old. I'm a resident firefighter with Whatcom County Fire District 7 in Ferndale, Washington. So it's 30 minutes south of the Canadian border, 15 minutes north of Bellingham, depending on which one you know better. And then I actually just finished up my chemo treatment for Hodgkin's lymphoma in November, and I got the cancer-free diagnosis approximately 2 weeks ago. You can do it. It's that whole mentality. If you keep a positive attitude and you joke about it, then you'll be fine. really when you start to let yourself get in your own head and you start to think about the what ifs, that really everything kind of just falls apart. It warms my heart in a way because you're not fighting alone. You're fighting alongside all of these other people. It's a big community. So if you're having a bad day and you're feeling alone, you're truly not alone. You have all of your brothers and sisters from all over the world fighting right there along beside you. I'm super excited. It's one of those things that, as I was talking about earlier, once you can associate a face with cancer, it all becomes so much more real because cancer is blasted everywhere. It's on the radio, there's different cancer drugs that they're talking about, different fundraisers that are ads on TV. You hear about it all the time. And it's like the sad Sarah McLachlan commercials. You just kind of push it to the back of your mind. But when you truly have that face to associate it with and be like, oh, she went through that, he went through that, it becomes a lot more real and you become a lot more motivated to truly find a cure and continue raising awareness for it. It's a fantastic thing. Firefighters, I've talked to some of the guys about what you and I have talked about how you guys are trying to what's the word I'm looking for? To remind people what the mission statement behind the climb truly is. It's like firefighters are so competitive naturally that it's not that surprising because they're constantly trying to outdo each other and to outdo what they did the year before. So it's a fantastic thing that we've raised that much as it is together. I'm really excited to get to the top as long as I don't collapse or something. I figure if I collapse, it's a great place to collapse, surrounded by firefighters. But besides actually making it to the top and being able to say, I made it up, just meeting everybody, it's so many people, as you mentioned, are coming from around the world to participate in this one fundraising event. So to be able to just meet different people and everything is really exciting.
So I'm here because I climb with a team that's participating in the Scout Firefighter Stairclimb. I'm also helping with a group of firefighters that are called the Ambassadors. And we're a team that was put together several years ago by folks from the LLS to help reach out to firefighters across our country and the other countries that are attending this climb. We should be on track. We're pretty darn close to 400,000 over the lifetime of our team. And I'm probably over 100,000 this year in total. Of course, it's not that much for the whole year. I think probably the camaraderie, getting together with brothers and sisters from throughout the world, and we're here for a common cause. So we're all trying to put the boots to blood cancers, help raise a bunch of funds that the Leukemia Lymphoma Society can use for helping with patient services or for using for the doctors to come up with something that's going to make that cure possibility for our future. I think for me the most enjoyable part is I'm getting to work with people that are equally as driven as firefighters are driven. So these folks that work for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society have a drive and a compassion, if you will, to try to make good things happen. And we go out as firefighters, and if you don't have drive, you're not going to make a good firefighter. And if you're not compassionate, you're going to have a tough time with it. So having that compassion and that real energy and zest to do good for other people is, I think, good. So I work with people that are like-minded from the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. Well, my experience as an ambassador has been fantastic. We have a large group of us from around the country and Canada as well, and we get to work with brothers and sisters from throughout the whole world. And so it makes it really interesting to look at another avenue or an aspect of not only just the firefighting brotherhood and sisterhood and community, but then that outreach from the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. So we get to work with all these great folks, these team captains from all over the place. Hopefully answer some questions, and I feel like it's something that we can help the staff from the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. We can cut some of the questions off that we can answer and help you folks not get 10,000 phone calls a day, which you probably get anyway. There's been a lot of unity that's coming from having Mighty Max in our family, in the Boise family, in the Nampa Fire family. There were 8 teams that got together maybe 3 weeks ago. They came together and through an amazing fundraiser, not only for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, but they also helped Max's family raise a little bit of money that the family can utilize to help them through all of this. It's fantastic to work with the other teams. We're competitive and we always want to beat each other, but the bottom line is if we're going to come together as firefighters and we're going to try to fight for something, and in this case it's the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, reaching out and getting outside the box and working with those teams around us is good. I love being here with these other teams. We all want to win, but the big picture is that really winning is the LLS helping figure something out that's going to kill the cancer and save these patients. The climb is horrible. It's really stupendously difficult. I keep coming back. Because I'm a fundraiser, not a climber, and I know that a lot of my friends will laugh and they hear me say that, but I think the primary mission for me is to fundraise for this thing. I'm Rich Brown. I'm with Boise Firefighters Local 149 Stairclimb team. I climb for my buddy Jason Wurst, who lost his battle. I climb for my father-in-law Gabe Rekla, who has survived his battle. I climb for Mighty Max, the 8-year-old who was diagnosed December 23rd of 2016, who was the son of one of our firefighters. So many other amazing folks out there. That's why I climb. That's why I fundraise.